Hi everyone, myself Supriya Konda, working as an assistant professor in civil department from Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. So today's class we are going to discuss on the escalators. These are the learning outcomes. At the end of this session, students will be able to impart the knowledge of the escalator and its characteristics. So this is the introduction. An escalator is a moving staircase, a conveyance transport device for carrying people between floors of a building. So escalators have the capacity to move large number of people and they can be replaced in the same physical space as a staircase. So there are different types of the escalators. So this is the parallel escalator which is used for the up and the down purpose. So it is placed side by side and it is separated by a distance. So it is seen often in the metro situations and in the multi-level motion, the picture theatres. So next is the crisscross escalators. So actually it minimizes the structural space requirements by the stacking escalators that go in one direction, and they are frequently used in the department stores or the shopping centers. So next is the multiple parallel escalators. So more than one or two escalators which are provided side to side and which travels in the same direction than the other other escalators, and two or three escalators they travel in the same direction, and parallel to that other two escalators they travel in the other direction. So this is what the multiple parallel escalators are. So let us see what are the characteristics of a escalator. So the number of factors affect the escalator design, including the physical requirements, its location, traffic patterns, the safety considerations and the aesthetic preferences. So foremost, the physical factors like the vertical and the horizontal distance to be spanned must be considered. So these factors will determine the length and the pitch of the escalators. So the building infrastructure must be able to support the heavy components. The escalator should be located where it can be easily seen by the general public. And furthermore, the up and the down escalator traffic, it should be physically separated and it should not lead into the confined spaces. So actually it should be located in the center of the building so that it can be easily available from all the sides, and it will be easily notified by the people. So the factors which are to be considered. So most escalators they are designed with the 1000 mm wide steps which allow the passengers to move comfortably when carrying the luggage and the shopping bags. So this is the more convenient space, 1000 mm wide steps, so that it will be comfortable also. And 600 mm and 800 mm wide steps are also available, and they are generally used in the low traffic areas. So according to the locality where it is situated, that has to be considered the traffic over there, and overall considering all those factors, the escalator has to be designed. So standard transportation speed, it ranges between 0.6 meter per second to 0.5 to 0.6 meter per second. So for a speed of 0.5 meter per second, the theoretical capacity is, you can see below, 600 mm step width persons per hour. And next you have 800 mm step width, that is 6750 persons per hour. Whereas for the 1000 mm step width, it will be 9000 persons per hour. So whenever possible, it's best to install 2 or more parallel sets of the escalators. So according to the number of the people who are occupying over there, and depending upon the locality where it has to be located, so considering all those factors, we can go for the design of the escalators. So the considerations for the escalators. So actually there are number of factors which must be considered. So first is the physical factor, second is the location, third is the traffic pattern, fourth is the safety considerations, fifth is the aesthetic preferences. So considerations for the escalator. So as physical factors like you can say the vertical and the horizontal distance which has to be spanned, it must be considered, and these factors will determine the length and the pitch of the escalator. So actually where it has to be located, the span which has to be in the span itself the escalator will be designed. So the vertical span and the horizontal distance has to be decided so that it will determine the length and the pitch of the escalator. So next you have the building infrastructure must be able to support the heavy components. So the building whichever is in the shopping malls and all, it should be designed in such a way that it should support the heavy load of the components of the escalators. The components such as the landing platform, you have trusses, you have tracks, you have, so all the different components of the escalators, the load of that it should bear, the building should bear the load of the heavy components of the escalators. So escalators should be located where it can be easily seen by the general public. So in the department stores, customers should be able to view the merchandise easily. So moreover, the up and the down escalator traffic should be physically separated by, and it should not lead into the confined spaces. So here you can see the traffic pattern must also be anticipated, and in some buildings the objective is simply to move people from one floor to another. But in others there may be a more specific requirement such as funneling visitors towards a main exit or to exhibit. So actually escalators must be designed to carry the required number of the passengers and the luggage. So what is the main design objective for the escalators? So first you can consider there should be a free flow of the people and the goods, and it should be safe, comfort and service, and even it should occupy the minimum space and require less cost. From the aesthetics, it should be aesthetic purpose, aesthetic look should be good, and it should be disabled access, etc. So what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the escalators? So it helps a large number of people in moving from one place to another. At the same time, they reduce the need of the elevator because people would not have to wait for elevator, and the escalator can carry a large number of people. So this is the main advantage. It is helpful for the people that have pain in their legs, and it is to provide comfort to the people. So escalators are effective when used as a means of the guidance and the circulation, and the speed can be adjusted, which is helpful in managing the crowd. And also they can be used as the staircase when turned off, or during the emergency when the current is off. In that case we can use it as a staircase also. So these are the advantages. So next, the disadvantages are there is waste of energy when not in use. Yeah, this is the main disadvantage. Actually it should be in working condition, whereas if it is not in use, a lot of repair may be taken place. So possible injuries when stopped suddenly. Yeah, actually the old age persons use the escalators, and if at all it stops in the middle, so they cannot cannot take the grip. So lot of injuries may happen over there. And source of the fear for small children, and kids cannot easily use the escalators as they have the fear, and even the handrail when they are taking the support over there, they are not free to hold it over there. So that is also one of the disadvantage over here. So these are the MCQs. What is the maximum height for a stair riser? So the options are, first is 180 mm, second is 250 mm, third is 200 mm, fourth is 210 mm. So let us see what is the right answer for this. Yeah, 200 mm is the right answer for that. These are the references. Thank you.